All right, Iris, while we have this time while we're waiting for the attendees to come in, what are your big summer plans?
Oh, summer plans.
Trip you're
Definitely,
most looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to the summer itself, actually. And while everyone is kind of logging in and getting in, you can certainly use the Q&A to tell us any exciting plans you guys have for the summer. Elias, what are you doing this summer?
Other than going to shows that are in Vegas, I'm gonna go be going for fun as well this year. I'll be there for my 29th birthday, but we're also going for a bachelor party June 14th, so that should be pretty exciting. And then one of our friends that's coming with us is in the NBA, so I'm hoping that he takes care of a lot of our things.
He's in the NBA.
Yeah,
For what
we
team?
used to play high school basketball with him, so he is best friends with the main guy who's getting married, and they've been like playing basketball together since they're like 6 years old.
Nice. Dom, what are your plans this summer?
Wedding planning already started. So it's a lot of time in Georgia for me. So that'll be fun.
In the hot summer.
Hopefully it's nice this time. It is pretty there. So it'll be fun.
Good.
Iris, we had one response. They said gardening always with a smiley face, and then canning always, but I'm not sure what canning means. So you may have to tell me that.
Yeah. Tell us about canning.
Let's see what April said. Yeah. I don't even know what canning is. Gardening sounds great.
Mhm.
I got my honey to-do list for the rooftop gardening. Super excited for it.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Do we know what canning is?
Pickles, salsa, cauliflower mix, jam.
Oh,
Oh,
Like
sounds
canning.
cool.
Makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. So for everyone that just joined us, we were just talking about summer plans. So if you want to share what your summer plans are, whatever you guys are doing, just put it in the Q&A at the bottom of your screen. And we're just going to wait one more minute or so we'll get started soon. Jordan, what are your summer plans?
Let's see. I have a couple trips. I'm going to be going to California a couple of times. And then, other than that, just gearing up for the show towards the end of the summer.
Nice.
I don't know that I'm quite ready for the Texas heat, but it's coming regardless. So,
That's what I hear. There's no easing into it. I feel like it goes
yeah,
from cool to extremely hot.
pretty much. And then lately in Texas, all we've been getting is storms every weekend. So,
yes.
it's storming again this weekend.
Yes.
I had to cancel my crawfish boil 2 weekends in a row, and I had to cancel again this weekend. So, we're done with the rain in Texas. We're over it.
Send pictures when you do actually have it.
I
All right,
think we're going to end up canceling this year, but if we do, I definitely will.
absolutely. All right, so we're about 3 minutes over 11. So I'm going to actually get started. So for everyone, my name is Iris Weinstein. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships and Sales for the ISSA Show, and I would love to welcome you to our first exhibitor webinar of the season. We are looking forward to the ISSA show this year, November 18th through the 21st in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. And we wanted to thank everyone on this call. We have a lot of really exciting things to share with you. So I am going to start. Uh-oh. I may not start, but give me a second here. All right, the agenda. Nope. There we go. It's working now. All right. For our agenda today, we're going to go over team introduction, schedule, what's new this year, registration, key dates, operations, sponsorship opportunities, and any questions that you guys may have for this year. So I wanted to make sure that everyone knows who the ISSA Show team members are. So on this call, we'll have John Gebhardt and Elias Hoth and myself as we'll have Jordan Key, new conference manager. His name is Paul Trenner. And then we have Judy Blanchard as our marketing manager. We've got Monisha Edwards as our digital marketing manager. And then, of course, Ed Nichols as our show director. So there might be a few faces in here that are new. And we're so excited to be planning this year's show. So this is just a snapshot of the floor plan. And I wanted to make sure everyone knows what the dates and the times are for the exhibit, the trade show this year. So the pattern has not changed. Monday, November 18th will be Education Day. Then we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are trade show days, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the first 2 days. And then the last day on Thursday is going to be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So as you can see, this floor plan is filling up. We are over 450 exhibitors to date. And we have a lot of really great, exciting things taking place on the show floor. There's a few things I wanted to mention so you guys know. The floor plan does change on a daily basis. So some things you guys may see right here that you did not see before is that registration has moved from the main Bayside lobby to the show floor. Last year, we were able to get approval from the fire marshal to have our registration in that main area. And with the growth of the show and the growth of the attendees, we're not able to continue with registration in that lobby. We've moved it to the trade show floor on the bottom right of your screen. So moving forward, we will definitely have registration on the show floor. The good news is that this will not affect any of the entrances that you will note by the arrows on the floor plan. So everyone will get their badge going into registration, and then they'll have to go back out to the main Bayside lobby to go into the entrances on the show to the show floor. You will note on the left side, we do have a new entrance that will be close to the Innovation Showcase, Salt for X, and the Clean Meat Zone on that left side. So this way, for those exhibitors on that side and all of the exciting events taking place in that area, you can either go onto the show floor and walk over there, or you can simply go into that Bayside lobby, make a left down that hallway, and go right onto the show floor. We also have a few other things to know. We have our ISSA Experience Hub. We're bringing back the Sustainability Hub. We've got our Innovation Showcase and Theater. We do have a new and enhanced Solve for X Education Theater. We will have our Clean Meat Zone. We also have our ISSA Sports Bar sponsored by Spartan Chemical. We also will have the green area indicates the first time new exhibitors. The blue area indicates international. And then the purple area indicates our Italian partners, the Italian Pavilion. The purple on the top right is the residential pavilion. And then our orange, I think that's the last thing that's left on here, except for the meeting hubs. The orange represents BSCAI. They have a booth as well as some exhibitors that they bring to the show. Lastly is going to be the blue area, which is on the far right and the far left. These are our meeting hubs. So if you do not have meeting space in your booth and wanted a private meeting room on the show floor, please talk to us about the meeting hub option. We've got 10 by 10s and 10 by 20s. All right, on to the next slide. I put in here the preliminary show schedule of events. This is going to help you guys plan what you're going to be hosting this year, whether you entertain your customers, whether you take them out in the evening or you want to know what is going on the show floor. On Monday, we will have an opening general session. The last time we had an opening general session was back in 2019. So we have not announced the speaker yet, but it will be very exciting. We will have education all the rest of the day. At the end of the day, we will have a ISSA Show Welcome Happy Hour that will take place in the Convention Center space. We will have our residential roundtables that have been very popular over the years. The IHA Housekeeping Olympics will take place in the arena. And then a new event we'll be doing will be a BSC, Building Service Contractor, late night event. On Tuesday, we are bringing back the first time attendee orientation and breakfast. The last time we had this was back in 21, which was very popular. This event draws anywhere between 300 to 500 people. We will have the ISSA Spotlight session. ISSA will welcome everyone and give out industry awards. Then we'll have the show floor open from 10 to 5. A new event we're doing on the show floor on Tuesday afternoon is going to be the Emerging Leaders Happy Hour. That'll take place in the Innovation and Showcase. And then in the evening, we will have Canada Night. Canada Night is typically an invite only, and our team from Canada, the ISSA team from Canada, can help you if you are interested in sponsoring that event. Email any of the team members and we'll make sure to connect you with Mike Nasco. Now we're going to go into Wednesday. So Wednesday, we're going to have a new event for distributors. So it'll be a distributor networking event. Details on the topic and the speaker will be announced soon. The show floor opens from 10 to 5. We will have our Innovation of the Year announcement on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Then we're going to have a new event. It's going to be a facility service provider happy hour that will also take place in the Innovation Showcase and Theater. And then lastly is the ever popular ISSA Hygiea Networking Awards and Reception. Then on Thursday, to round off the week, we are going to have the ISSA Journal of Business meeting before the show floor opens. The show floor opens from 10 to 2. And then we'll be announcing the Industry Choice Awards in the Innovation Showcase and Theater booth at 12 o'clock. So I know this is a lot of information and I didn't go into detail on everything, but we will add some more color to these events as we go through this webinar. All right.
There's one sec. Can you tell a little bit more about that Emerging Leaders Happy Hour? We had a question on that.
Yes, I'd be more than happy to. So ISSA is working on a new program to recognize 40 emerging leaders under 40. And so nominations will be open in the next week and a half. And all of the individuals that are going to be recognized will be at this Emerging Leaders Happy Hour taking place. Now, ISSA is also working on an Emerging Leaders group, and we'll be developing a committee. And so this is just, launching our Emerging Leaders program and getting people interested. And so this way people can network and connect at the show early on. So you can make those connections and continue with them as the days go on either on the show floor or in the evening. So that is the Emerging Leaders Happy Hour. Hopefully that was a brief on that. Any other questions before I talk about what's new?
All good.
Perfect. All right, what's new in 24? So last year we had huge success in our attendees buying the All Access Pass, which includes all of the education both on and off the show floor. So one of the things that transpired is we had a first time ever Spanish speaking track. So we're expanding on that. And we're also expanding on our education. So we do offer the All Access Pass to exhibitors, and you can buy that when you register your exhibit staff when registration opens later this summer. So we're building on our education schedule, and that education schedule will coincide with registration opening. The second is we're really focused on bringing contractors and end users to the show. And then we are focused on bringing hospitality and food service verticals. We're looking at, in general, facility managers, bringing more of them. From 22 to 23, we had a 5% increase from those 2 years. We're hoping we're going to get another 5 to 7% increase, where we're almost going to have about 20% of our attendees being an end user. And then we're also going to be focusing on the contractor at the show. We have a lot of the largest contractors that do attend the show, but we know there are thousands, tens of thousands of contractors, and they are, you know, thirsty and hungry for education and training. So we are focused on our audience development in that area. We have reimagined the innovation program, and John's going to talk about that in a second. And then we've also created some targeted events for you guys, or for attendees. And then we are going to be introducing matchmaking for the distributor and the exhibitor. So those are the new things that high level that we're doing. A lot of the stuff that I've talked about in future webinars, I'm going to give you updates on that. Questions? I feel like there might be some questions.
You're good to keep going.
All right. All right. So registration, just to give you a timeline. Currently, registration is open to ISSA member attendees. So the distributors, the contractors, and the end users who are not exhibiting, obviously. So it is currently open right now. Full attendee registration will open the beginning of June. Exhibitor registration will open in July. We do have a new registration vendor. So I think everyone's going to be really pleased on their experience this year. We will have a guest program, and with the new registration vendor, this guest program is going to be amazing. It's going to be so easy for everyone. Basically, the concept is that whoever you invite through the guest program, you'll be able to see if they've actually completed registration. So I know in past years, you guys have asked us, you know, I invited all these people, I don't know if they're actually registered. So this is going to be super helpful for everyone. I put in the pricing here. You guys know about, or many of you know about, the number of allotted complimentary badges. I'll go over that in a little bit. But any badges over your allotment are $75. And then all access expo badges are going to be $125. And like I said before, education schedule is being finalized and will be announced at the beginning of June, that coincides with registration. All right, now I'm going to go over to housing. So many of you have asked about housing. So here is the housing link. It is also in your Exhibitor Resource Center. So a side note, we are now calling the Exhibitor Portal an Exhibitor Resource Center. It's in there. We also included it in the Exhibitor newsletter that went out. And we're showing you just a snapshot of the pricing. And we have been asked many times in past years, you know, this is the pricing that we pulled as of yesterday. So when you go in, these pricing options may change depending on availability. And note that for the Luxor, we are offering rooms at the tower rooms, which are the upgraded rooms. So notice we have 3 new hotels: the Bellagio, the Vdara, and the Four Seasons. At this point, we are not going to be offering any shuttle services from the Vdara or Bellagio, but it is an option for you guys. What we did hear feedback on was there weren't enough upscale hotels, and that's why we added those 3 options for exhibitors and attendees. All right, next on to key dates. So at this point, everyone should have already received their invoices for final payment. Final payment is due May 1st, which is in a few days. If you have any issues or special billing, please reach out to any of the sales team. We also have, if you are an innovation participant, you'll have access to your portal. We talked about attendee registration. The exhibitor service manual will be coming out at the end of June, beginning of July. We talked about Exhibitor Reg, the guest program. In August will be your print ad and listing deadline, meeting deadline, so meeting hub as well as meeting rooms. And then of course, GES and show partner deadlines. This is all just generic at this point. On our next webinar, we're going to have more details. And now I'm going to hand it over to Elias to talk about show operations and logistics.
Thank you so much, Iris. One thing I did want to mention on that housing slide as well is that link that is below the title will also directly take you to that same housing page that Iris was showing. So just an easier way to find it as well. But as Iris was saying as well, we have a brand new portal that we're calling the Exhibitor Resource Center this year. We did this to make it a lot easier on the exhibitors and all the materials they would need. So this is taken a screen grab from Trojan. They have updated to a level 1 listing. So you can see here on the home page, they have the options for complete your profile with descriptions still needed to be adding and logo, as well as you can see the exhibitor portal link there below. If you could take me to the next slide, please. So that next slide here, you would click checklist on the left side underneath the home tab. So this is where you'll see those complete your profiles. So you see below, you'll see update your company profile, add company contacts, add company logos. And even if you haven't upgraded to a level 1 or level 2 for the online leads, you will still see these checklist items here to update for your basic listing. As well as on this checklist items come this July, right around after 4th of July, you'll see all the forms that you're necessarily familiar with seeing, such as the estimated cost sheet, booth regulations and guidelines, as well as that move-in check-in list. And so definitely be on the lookout for that later this summer. And a really cool thing that we added this year is the account access. So your primary contact will have received a login to where they can add in their own password this year instead of a random XYZ number. And if you can see on the left side there, you'll see the users tab. This is where your primary contact can come in and add anyone on your staff to have access to the resource center here. And then next tab, please. Similar to this tab on the left, here's the resource tab. So like I said, after 4th of July, you'll be able to log in here and see those exhibitor checklists and guidelines. But for right now, if you wanted to look at booking hotel and travel, you'll see it there, billing information, and definitely some helpful resources for you leading up to the show. And then, oh yeah, go ahead, Art.
I just wanted to add for companies who are new, our general service contractor is GES. And so that information with the exhibitor service manual will be out at the end of June, beginning of July. So just make a note of that.
Cool. And then here is our exhibitor registration. So this July, be looking at an email from the ISSA team saying that registration is open. For every 100 square feet you've reserved, you do receive a badge, as well as if you become an ISSA member, you do have 2 additional staff badges. So for example, if you had a 10 by 10 and you were a member, you would have 1 badge from the 100 square feet and then 2 from being a member, so 3 total. And as well as if you're an industry partner member with ISSA, you do receive those 5 additional booth badges for your staff. And this can all be taken care of through the primary contacts, access to the exhibitor registration. And then next tab, please. Next slide, Iris. Cool. And then lastly, here's the My Show Planner. So this is very helpful for exhibitors who have upgraded their listing. I always like to tell mine to log in here, make it a new account like you do have to every year, just so you won't be able to transfer over 2023 to 2024. But when people do update their upgraded listing, you can log in personally like an attendee to review what's been uploaded, as well as see where you are on the featured exhibitor tab in the show. And then Iris, I imagine you had some PowerPoint issues, but no worries at all. But like I said, definitely recommend upgrading that My Show Planner app as soon as possible. It's definitely very helpful to see how your show presence looks, as well as with attendee registration open to ISSA members and with the rest of the attendees access opening soon. You definitely want to have that updated so you guys can start obtaining digital leads as soon as possible. And then Iris, that is all I have for the My Show Planner app for whenever your PowerPoint wants to wake up.
Yes, we're having some unstable issues right now. Do you guys see my screen?
You're back on the first page for sponsorships and opportunities.
Yeah,
like the title page.
We're good. We're up to date.
All right, cool. So now I'll hand it off to John, and he will tell you guys about our sponsorship opportunities that we have this year, as we do have some new ones that are exciting. And we'll answer all questions at the end if we have not got to them during the webinar.
Perfect. All right, guys. So basically, wanted to talk about our benefits. So key thing to keep in mind, obviously bronze, silver, gold, platinum, dollar figures have stayed the same relative to what we've had in the past. The key thing I always like to bring up here is we added this last year, and it did really help some companies and boost selection. So, you know, if you become a bronze sponsor, you get 10 extra booth points. If you become silver, you get 20. Gold 35, platinum 50. It did move some people up the list last year and help their booth location for 2024. So it could definitely help you in 2025. And we did a really good job here creating some new offerings that we're excited to show you guys. So next slide, Iris. This is our listing. Elias kind of talked about this with you, but I think as a team, we can't fully recommend enough, at least doing the level 1 here. You get images and videos, and you get access to online leads. The company engagement, as you see, 181 for basic to 574 per an upgrade. I mean, that's just quite a drastic difference. And all it is updating some pictures and images, and you get a good amount of leads online. And then also, if you add lead retrieval, you scan at the booth. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Obviously, that's why we're going to shows. So if you take anything from this presentation, upgrading your listing is the thing. I couldn't recommend more to you guys at that lower cost point at 900. Digital advertising. So our next item, this is one of our most popular. We've already sold some, but you know, these are go quickly. Our targeted e-blast, 5,000 emails. It's actually a little over 5,000 that goes to pre-registered 24 and 23 attendees, distributor, distributor, facility provider, and manufacturer audience. Again, you see the cost points right there. If you want to do one a little early in the year, now till August, it's 3,000. You want to do August to November, it's 3,500. And then if you want to do the residential audience, because that's a smaller send, it's 1,250 for that email. So really good product. You get to customize your email. We have templates, so really recommend that. Exciting news on our show guide. This is kind of the first new thing, is it's going to be print and digital this year. So kind of double exposure. So really nice thing that we've worked hard to do. I got to look at the digital guide with Iris last week. It's going to look really slick and smooth. And then we'll also have the print one. So we have multiple different things on this page. We'll go into more detail on some of those new things right now. So the What's Hot product guide. So we had the What's Hot last year. We've kind of renamed some things. You'll see in the next slide what the rename of that was. But the What's Hot product guide is basically, if you have a product, you submit it to us. You get 150 characters to talk about it. You have your company name and booth number. It's going to look slick. It's going to be in a section in the show guide. So that's $1,800. So if you're looking to promote some sort of product that you guys think is good, it'll be in the physical show guide and the digital show guide. And at that lower cost point, really good value that it's kind of applicable to any exhibitor on the show. Next slide, Ms. Ayers. And then this was what we called the What's Hot last year. This is the exhibitor spotlight. So with the exhibitor spotlight, you're seeing exactly like what you see next to this slide, what Kimberly Clark did last year. And then you're just answering some of those basic questions. The questions, for example, are how's your company incorporating tech? How are you addressing current market needs? How's your company planning to be more innovative in the next 5 years? And then lastly, kind of most important thing, what they can expect to see from your booth this year? So this is a great exposure piece, also live digitally in print, where you can talk about what you're bringing to the market. It's a great way to explain it in a good format, 700 character count per question. So really good way to show the audience what you're doing for this year. And that's $4,750 is the cost point on that. And then I will pass to Iris real quick about this new networking stuff we're doing, because this is really exciting, and it's something we've never done before.
All right, thanks, John. So this is the Ignite program. And basically the concept is that you tell us what audience you're looking to engage. And then we have 4 price points to sponsor the packages. So it's a way for you, if you're looking for distributors, we will have a whole list of distributor events that you would be a sponsor of, and you would have access to those events. So I'm going to go through each of the audiences and kind of just go over what you're going to get. So on Monday, we have a ISSA Show happy hour. And so we will have signage and activation specifically for distributors who go to this event, and they will know that you guys are the sponsor. On Tuesday, there'll be that first timer breakfast and orientation that I talked about. So we will have specific tables that are designated for sponsors, and and the audience. So if you're obviously sponsoring a distributor, then you're going to have just first timer distributors be sitting at your table. Then we're going to have a distributor meetup at the Clean Meat Zone on the show floor. So it's an area where you can engage and just network with people on the show floor. And then on Wednesday morning, we will have that distributor networking event. And so besides the distributor attending, the only exhibitors eligible to attend are going to be the sponsors. So those are the activities for distributors. Contractors on same thing for the ISSA Show happy hour. We'll have an area, an activation during that happy hour specifically for contractors, noting that you are a sponsor. We are going to have a late night building service contractor networking event at the foundation room. And so that's going to be from 7 to 10. And then on Tuesday morning, again, for the first timer event breakfast, we will have a specific sponsor table for the building service contractor audience. So those new companies that are contractors can meet with those who are sponsoring the contractor audience. And then on Wednesday, we are going to have this facility service provider happy hour at the Innovation Showcase. So your company would be a sponsor of that event, and you can come and network with people. And when I say facility service provider, that means the end user, the facility manager, as well as the contractor, bringing those two groups together. And then as a sponsor, you have access to those people. And then the last group is going to be your facility service provider and your facility manager. So again, we'll have an activation in a specific area during the happy hour for those people, and they will know that you are a sponsor of that particular area. And then on Tuesday, for the first timer breakfast, we will have tables set up specifically for those attendees and sponsors. And then we will also have a facility service provider meetup at the Clean Meat Zone. And then on Wednesday, we will have the happy hour that'll take place at the Innovation Showcase that I just mentioned. So we have 4 different price points, and this is all the recognition that you're going to get, as well as the number of tickets that you'll also receive as a sponsor. Those tickets will go towards any staff that you would like to attend those events in that particular audience category, or it'll go towards your customers. And then, of course, by buying into this sponsored, the different level of sponsors, you're also eligible for our platinum, silver, or platinum, gold, and bronze level sponsors. So you'll get all of those benefits as well. So this is really exciting, and this is just the first year that we're doing it. So, we do believe that this is going to be a successful, series of events. So we hope that in 25, we're going to be expanding on these types of events. All right. I'm going to pass it on to John now to talk about the innovation program.
All right. So guys, we have innovation program we've had a while, but this is something that we completely changed this year. It's really exciting. A lot of effort's been put into it. So the name has changed. So it's the Innovative Leaders Award Program. And what we have done with this program is we really took survey results and everything, and we have gone back to having winners by category. So the categories are here below: environment and sustainability, hygiene solutions, automation and equipment, business technology and digital services, facility solution care, startup products, and then an industry choice award, which is a vote. So how this all works this year is a cool new format we've created. So you will enter a product with us. We've already had some good entries, and you'll pick the category you want to go in. We are doing an ISSA Show Preview Week. We'll talk about that preview week more in detail, probably in our next webinar. But during that ISSA Show Preview Week, you are going to get to do a clean pitch to audience members, fellow exhibitors, and all that, and to our judges, because our judges are going to be the people that pick and vote and decide who moves forward. So I kind of use this analogy as your clean pitch to the semifinals. And then if you get and win, you get to go to the finals and present live with the other category people at the show in the theater. So really exciting thing. The nice thing we're also doing with the theater is, as you see here, you see the stands and stuff, totally changing the whole look of it. We're going more kind of an Apple Store look by product category. So either way, even if you do the clean pitch and don't make the finals, you still have your product showcase. You'll still get that exposure. And then also, if you happen to have an automation and equipment thing, we're doing this automation runway area that Iris was telling me about yesterday, that if she wants to chime in, she can. But really, this whole program is reimagined. We really took the heed from fellow exhibitors who have done this before. So I'm very excited about it. I think the clean pitch thing is going to be great. So really, for this 6,250 value, we're giving you more than we've ever given you before. So really, if you have a product that you're launching or just launched or think it's going to be ready by the show, I could not recommend doing this enough this year.
Yeah, I'm just going to add is that with that automation and equipment category, we, instead of seeing the product, the big equipment sitting there, this is going to be an interactive runway, and products will be moving down this runway and back, so you can actually see how the equipment moves and works. Last year we had a lot of robotics that were entered, and we're hoping we'll have even more robotic type products. And so this is going to be a really cool interactive way for attendees to kind of see how it works and to ask questions to this particular category of products. So, and then, like as John said, those that are in the finals for the innovation program will be able to do a live clean pitch in the innovation showcase and theater, which is going to be really exciting on Tuesday. So, and then that will culminate into that emerging leaders happy hour. So again, this is reimagined. Super excited to introduce it to everyone, and hopefully you guys have a product that you're thinking about entering.
And then, guys, we'll go into some stuff that we've had before, but just want to make sure you guys are aware of our on-site signage. We have sold our Welcome Way entrance banners, but some items that are really good is we have our meter boards that a lot of companies take advantage of. And then the floor graphics that are also very popular that can create kind of a walkway to your booth if you want to. And then these vertical column clings in the lobby. So last year, I think these kind of, because registration was where it was, people were tentative to go for it. But again, you got to remember this year, there's not going to be a big registration encounters and look all bulky. That's going to be in Hall A. So this is a great opportunity to maybe take advantage of doing those column graphics. And then we go to the next one. So basically, we have our show walkway clings that are sold. We've sold one of the banners in the entranceway. but we still have multiple of these show walkway banners available. Some of them are taken, but some are still open. So if you feel interested in that, the great thing about the Mandalay Bay is their walkway, you have to walk down it. There's no alternate way to really get to their convention hall. You have to see this stuff. So if you're looking for exposure, it is a great way to do that, is doing one of those hanging banners or doing some of those window clings on the show walkway as well. And then right here, again, Iris said this earlier, but just so you guys have an idea, if you need extra space, our meeting hub options are fantastic. They're fully built out rooms that we put in the hall. They're sound absorbent walls. We put a nice table in there. You get chairs, carpet, basic electrical. So basically all you got to do is just go in there, have your meeting, do your thing, and it helps you guys, plan efficiently if you think stuff's overrunning or you don't have enough space in your booth. It's just a great way that normally what happens is companies come to us later in the process than this. But the reason we wanted to bring this up is we have sold a lot of these already. And if you think this is a possibility, you need to jump on it now because we have sold more than we have in the past to this point. And then we do have a different thing. We have our same meeting rooms. We just wanted to we divided it up a little bit differently this year. We have boardroom meeting space and conference room meeting space. Boardroom, kind of the nicer rooms, but max occupancy, all the rooms are nice. I shouldn't say nicer, but kind of max occupancy is 20 people. There's a mounted screen in the room. You need to contact Encore to do that, and the fee for that is $2,500. Available 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday. The conference meeting space, variable sizes, the fee is $1,750 per the day. You can rent Monday through Thursday, but the key factor with that one can only be during non-trade show hours. So if you wanted to have a meeting on Tuesday, you need it to be between like 8 to 10. And then if you could want to do one after, you're happy to do it after 5 p.m. as well. And then I think we answered all the questions, but again, I know we went through a lot right there. Sales@ISSAshow.com is the best email. That's the one for the whole team. And then a lot of you, of course, know us, so feel free to email us with any questions. This is being recorded, so if you need to share it with anybody, we'll have that link, and then we'll also share this presentation and be posting it on our website and in the portal. So if you had anything last second, let us know. We're happy to answer. But again, you can always email us or call us, and we're here to help you guys. And we are so excited for this year. And all these webinars are just going to keep getting more informative. So make sure you show up and listen.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. And this is just the start of our monthly webinar series. If you guys have any questions ahead of time, and want us to include it, make sure you email us and we can include any of that information. But we hope this was informative, and we look forward to working together leading up to another successful show year. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.